stuff that we could ask you. I'm pulling up my notes right now.
Yes, please.
Do you think John is going to get pissed off that you're talking to me right now? Is he going to know who you are?
I really don't care anymore.
You don't care anymore. Why do you not care anymore?
Nah.
If you real quick, I gotta say, if you don't care anymore, are you willing to say who you are?
We'll get to that.
Ooh.
Spy report. Spy report.
So, we have a couple of things that we can discuss.
But regarding your question, John uses everybody, treats everybody like garbage, is thankful for nothing, and just needs to learn a lesson, hopefully.
Why have you turned on John? Did you consider John a friend in the beginning?
Yes, I did.
Interesting. How did you get to meet John or start talking to John?
This is weird. I wonder who it is. Probably just anybody who Don's interacted with.
I had the opportunity to meet John at a gathering that was last year.
So you started a relationship with John last year? How?
By meeting him and taking him to Atlantic City.
Oh, okay. So if people have been following this whole thing, you were the guy who picked John up from the airport to Atlantic City.
Dabbling Dan.
Dabbling Dan, welcome. So you actually did have a long relationship with John. Like, you did talk to him, like, on his whole trip over from California, did you not?
Oh, hours.
Hours. What would he call you for?
Hours while he navigated our country intoxicated driving. I remained on the phone with him.
So you would probably know.
Intoxicated driving. I mean, did you? How do you know he was intoxicated?
Oh, he told me.
So John drank pretty much the whole ride?
To be honest, I was actually worried for him.
Oh, no, sir. And the cats?
Of course the cats. More important, the cats. But I didn't want him to crash, and I thought if I talked with him on the phone, as long as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm. So you would probably know what John did with his cats. Get that off, Ralph. Fuck off. You would probably know. Did John actually have places to drop his cats off on the trip? Or did John just leave his cats in the car for most of the time when he left or went to go stay in a hotel room?
I'm not seeing what's on the screen, but what did he put up?
He's putting up fake super tips that say $1,000, I love Ralph. He's not writing anything about you. He's just trying to drive me crazy. And it's working!
I know he snuck the cats into the motel rooms a couple of times.
The cats at all times were with John except in Vegas.
Oh, so they did go to a friend's in Vegas?
Yes. I was told they went to a friend of Vegas beer sales Jerry's house.
Interesting.
But how do you know that he was? I mean, he told you that he was drinking. Like, how many drinks do you know he was drinking? Like, he was drinking from morning to night, like the whole time he was driving.
Across the country?
Yeah, he was drinking while he was driving. You're telling us.
Like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. I have the text messages that he would stop at the gas station and get Red Bull and alcohol.
Yeah.
So what kind of alcohol? Is he mixing the Red Bull?
John had a major phone failure driving across. Oh, not a phone failure. John changed his number twice driving across country.
Twice?
Twice. And you know, anything that John does is fucked up.
What kind of alcohol is he getting with the Red Bull, though?
It was beer.
Okay.
Beer and Red Bulls?
It was beer. Well, he would drink, just like he does on he drinks when he does his streams now with the Red Bull, and he hides it with the alcohol and all that. But he had to change the number twice because he was getting crushed with the phone calls. It was right when the Kate Meanie thing broke.
Now, how did John... Now, John keeps telling us he never really wanted anything to do with Kate Meanie sexually, relationship-wise. But what would you say John's reaction was to when he found out that all the calls were bullshit, they were recorded, and she never really had any interest in John?
100% crushed.
No. I don't believe it. So
100%.
He really thought he had a chance with this girl.
Everything turned when she released a picture of him in the car that day.
How does our technology help us deliver a better audit experience for you at every...
Her releasing the picture of him in the car?
That's when everything turned and he realized that she was playing him.
And he took it really hard, huh?
Oh, absolutely. He was in some delusional world that this was some romance that was going to end up to be the love of his life.
Sanity. Sanity. Now, you also told me John does have some regrets in life, right? Like maybe to one Rocco Burrow, he has a certain regret.
He has many regrets in life.
Yeah, but what does he regret about Rocco?
Not beating the shit out of you in Atlantic City.
And you said he talked to me. He would talk to you about it like almost every day.
I wasn't out of the casino less than 5 minutes, and my phone is blowing up where he's already into an altercation with Melton. Every second of everything that happened that weekend, I was notified immediately.
That's fantastic. So now John has been...
He could reach Atlantic. He wishes he went after you and Melton in Atlantic City.
And it's something that he replays in his mind a lot, right? Like he really he regrets not taking a swing at us.
You made him look like a fool, yes.
Yay! So now John has been bragging a lot about how he pays for his daughter's car. Do you have any information on that?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Can I pause you, sir? It's amazing how you know the exact right questions to ask every single time, sir. You're a genius.
Thank you. It's almost like I took notes.
Oh, Ralph.
Fantastic. Oh, also,
Big difference in you and the way Carter run your show. You're very professional.
thank you.
Yeah, Carter
Thank you,
stinks.
Dabbling Dan. Yeah, so I did want to ask about, because even lately he's been talking about how he bought his daughter's car. And then the other thing was he was very pissed yesterday because someone brought up the theory that his brother-in-law paid for his kids' college, all of his kids' colleges. So if you can elaborate on either of those two topics, Tukey would love it. Are we still
John is drowning right now. You don't realize it.
Oh no, he fell off his boat?
Well, I think the only boat he ever was on a ride of a friend's boat, to be honest with you. I mean, twice in a month, have your electric disconnected, and his electric was disconnected, 3 weeks ago? How long ago was that hurricane that came through there? What did they do? Disconnected through, right in the middle of the hurricane? It doesn't make sense. And I just don't think he has the money to pay the bills. But the daughter crashed a car.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in John's name. It was a Toyota Corolla. Of course, John, being the smart-minded individual he is, he only had basic coverage on the car.
Oh,
So
no!
she caused the car accident. Yes. She was at fault of the accident.
Mm-hmm.
The car was totaled. So John has absolutely no contact with the two other kids. I mean, the poor guy had to hide at his son's high school graduation to not be spotted when he saw them walking. So you still there with that?
Yes, sorry.
Fuck, that's okay. Another Ralph fuck up, right?
Sorry, sir.
So he brought the daughter a new car. It's in her name. He put, I want to say it was around $7,000 down on the car. It was it was $360 a month. I was on the phone with John that night when he went to pick up his daughter Lily to get the car. And I felt really bad for John because he's not allowed on the street where...
What?
He's not allowed on the street where Susanna and Aaron live with their new families.
What the fuck?
So he had to pay... I'm dead serious. He had to pick her. I actually talked to Lily. She was a really nice girl.
Did he give you his reason for that?
Aaron, he is not permitted on that street. Aaron doesn't want him within,
Well, sir, I have to interrupt.
Eyesight of that house.
I have to pause. Shut up, OJ. This is a good question. I promise. When you spoke to Lily, how did John introduce you?
A friend. He was on a friend.
Oh, not a fan?
It was just real quick. A friend. He didn't. With that, surprisingly, that's a very good question. No, it was just really quick. He was on the phone with a friend who was finishing up a conversation, and he said, "She wants to say hi to him," and that was pretty much. She was nice. I mean, nothing. Poor girl's been through enough with having a father like that. So, yeah, it was just real quick. So he picked her up. He's not permitted on the street, and took her to the car dealership and got the car. With the caveat that she speaks to him. And that's the whole reason he put the car in her name.
So he said,
well,
hey,
unfortunately,
I'll get you a car, but you have to promise to still talk to me and keep in contact with me, not like the other two kids.
Unfortunately, it didn't last too long.
Oh, no!
Spy report. Spy report.
What happened?
She just needed a car, I guess. And, she's a young kid, and she needed a car. I'm not going to say where she needed to come out to school.
No.
But her and her girlfriend, they needed a car to pretty much get across the country.
So she said yes, and then what happened? She ghosted John? She hasn't really talked to him since?
That whole thing fell apart with the first week he was in Cape Coral.
Within the first week of Cape Coral, everything fell apart. So does he still pay for her car?
No. That stopped.
What?
Spy report.
He was in Cape Coral for a lot longer than you guys realized because he had to dodge the process server. So he got out of town.
Wait, what?
And he was down there a lot further. Yes.
What process? Oh, the process server that was coming for him in New York. Okay. Because
Correct.
Speaking of the power company, didn't you have information that this might not be the first rodeo where John doesn't pay his power bill?
John took out of California without paying his power bill.
Spy report. Spy report.
What? You mean like how how white families used to leave in the middle of the night when black people would move in? John left in the middle of the night to avoid his power company?
Faster than that.
Oh, no!
But I will bring up something to defend John with, though. The biggest concern was the biggest thing he wanted to make sure he took care of before he left California was return the Spectrum cable boxes that were in his mom's name. So that it didn't. I guess if he continued not to pay, would affect her credit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to make sure he got them back. So these whole theories of Shulie, the mother's paying. I can tell you right now, the mother is absolutely not paying for anything in Florida.
Really?
All the utilities are in John's name.
Ever since Kimora was a little girl, she had her sights set on the sky. And Spectrum Internet brought the...
That OSA doesn't pay for anything.
Want a fucking cookie for that?
Has it always been that way, or when they first got the house, was it maybe anything in her name at any point?
Oh, the only thing that I know outside of the house in Florida that's in the name is John's cell phone.
Interesting.
Is in the mother's name.
Wait, so everything...
Because that poor lady had to get involved every time he changed the phone number.
So you're saying...
I've known John for a year plus, and I had 4 different phone numbers for him.
Holy shit. Dabbling Dan, you want to take some calls?
Sure. I'm hoping you got that ball-headed Jew Shulie on the phone that was talking to me this entire time, and I didn't want to call up and ruin anything with him, but he is such a grifting liar. Is he on the line by chance?
No, Shulie, call in if you're listening. Joe Black, you're on the line.
Hey, Dan. Shulie rules, but Dan, have you ever heard SJ use the N or F words in conversation?
Good question.
Thanks, OJ.
In conversations, no. I honestly cannot say. He did admit that he used the F word with the whole Kate thing. I'm not sure I quite understood his explanation of it, but no, I have not heard him say either one of the 2 words.
Anything else, Joe?
Thanks, Dan.
All right, thanks, Joe.
No.
So you're saying right now, so John is no longer paying for Lily's car because he, even as recently as a couple of days ago, I think, talked about how he bought his daughter a car.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught that the other day when he was on the phone with somebody. Yeah, I just spoke to her recently. It was like 3 weeks ago. Remember we were on every single day with her texting this and that?
Mm-hmm.
He slipped up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
None of the kids have anything to do with him.
It's crazy.
I think, honestly, the only family that he really has to speak to is his mother, his brother, sister-in-law, and the sister.
Now, what about the theories that his brother-in-law paid for all the kids' colleges?
As far as I know, no, that is absolutely not true.
All right, there you go.
Spy report. Spy report.
We got to be fair.
Have you not? But hold on, before we get off that topic, the kids got into school with full rides, right?
I think he said the last one and the middle
That's
one.
what he claims. That's what he claims.
That's what he claims. Where's all that money at? That wasn't used.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because there is none.
Right. Well, he said he saved $900 a month, $300 per a kid.
Do the math. How much is that?
Almost over $10,000 a year.
Right.
I don't know
there
where
is
that
no
money is.
I can tell you where the money. I can tell you where the money is.
Where is it?
We have a celebrity caller calling in.
And it could, if you want to get the call first, go ahead.
What caller?
A celebrity Jewish caller, sir.
I don't see him.
Oh, he's
Hold
calling.
on. Okay. Let me put on Vito Bandito. He has a question about the Shulie Network.
Hey, Dabbling Dan. Yeah, real quick. So I got 2 big things. So the PSN Shulie, for like every show for months, he was teasing oh, a certain Dabbling Dan will be on the show. Why haven't you gone on the show? And the second question is, how much cocaine was really in AC?
Oh, good questions. Thank you, Vito.
First question, I have never had a conversation with that bald-headed Jew.
What?
Second, I would never go on his show. I like Levy. I like Mike Morse. Zen's okay. I just think Shulie is a complete hack. And he went on to say, as his caller just said, he's had multiple conversations with me. I've never spoken to that clown in my life.
All right, and on the line.
Why are you lying?
Is Shulie.
Why are you lying, Dan? Why are you lying? We've talked for months. How dare you?
I'm not lying.
Show me the phone bills, you bald-headed fuck.
What?
Show me the phone. Show me your phone history. Show me where I called you.
Hold on. I'm going to get it right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait.
Have show us the stuff, or
have Trailer Joe make it up for you really quick.
Hold on. No, that's not. Hold on. All right, look, I don't have my phone records right now, but the point is we've talked for a while, so don't sit here and deny it.
I've never spoken to you in my life.
Don't you embarrass me in front of my puppet.
I would go as far as sending Tukey my cell phone bills to show I never fucking called you, you clown. I just don't like you, Shulie.
Dan,
Shulie, I just don't like you. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
Dan,
I'm not fighting for Stuttering John here. I'm not fighting for Stuttering John. I just don't think you're funny.
I'm not fighting with you. Dan, I'm not fighting with you. Relax. Can I ask you a question? The rumor about the fight at the wedding, what do you know about that?
I can't take any more questions from Shulie. I have to pull a Brennan here. Cut him off, Tukey.
Wait. But I need to know, why does...
What a bitch. No wonder you're a part of the Stuttering John Army, you thin...
Right, that's why I think you're a
I asked you a question.
Wait a minute. Shulie, he's not a bitch. He's just an anti-Semite.
Wait, but why is...
That's fine.
Shulie, are you saying you've actually talked to this man on the phone? Like, this voice, you've talked to this man? Or is it just, like, text?
No.
Or is it a poor bit, like everything else?
No, listen, somebody contacted me claiming they were you. That's what I have on my end. I didn't know they were giving me information that was true.
But were you actually talking to them on the phone? Like, do you recognize this man's voice, or was it just text?
No, I knew since he picked him up in Atlantic City to take him to Atlantic City who he was, because Vince and I were still in communication back then, I believe. So Vince had informed me that he already got all his information and knew who he was. And then when he became Dabbling Dan, that's when it was confirmed to me that it was the same guy who picked up John to drive him to AC. So then I started getting messages from someone claiming to be Dabbling Dan. Never spoke on the phone, just kidding around with you. Everybody relax. But I did have communication with somebody claiming to be you. That gave me actual information.
Score unbeatable Black Friday deals on Temu activewear. Grab this gym short set for only $170.
So it is possible that it was someone else, but they happen to have good information as well. Could that have been Vince the lawyer?
No, he said he talked to me on the phone. He's full of shit.
Well, no, I just got him to admit that he never talked to you on the phone, but he was contacted by someone that he believes was you.
Cardiff knows my whole feeling about this. We spoke about this in depth.
All right.
Don't bring Cardiff into this. You're talking to me now.
Shulie,
he's a piece of shit.
Shulie, you have any more questions for the real Dabbling Dan before I let you go?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know who he almost got in a fight with at the wedding. Oh, and a follow-up question. I'd like to know confirmation that his PI is his brother-in-law. Thank you. I'll listen.
Okay.
Quietly.
Thank you. Great Shulie Agar, the Shulie Network,
Shulie's
all that
a piece
stuff.
of shit.
Put his questions in the end of the queue. What's the next caller?
All right. We have another caller, but we'll go back to it. Someone else asked those questions. Stuart, you're on.
It's just, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I mean, we've all talked before. I just can't stand him. I really can't. He lied, for repeatedly. He talked to me on the phone. I mean, you even thought for a second that perhaps we did talk on the phone because he just went into it so much.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to, that's why I wanted to find out if he actually talked to that person on the phone or if they were just texting. And it sounds like they were just texting. Stuart, you're on.
I don't even believe it. I don't even believe there was texting. Go ahead.
Stuart, you're on with Dabbling Dan.
Did you release the picture of the tattoo? It's a yes or no question.
It is a yes question. I sent it only to Tukey.
Yes, he was the one who released the tattoo photo. Sorry, Dabbling, Clay Dabbler. We tried to blame you for a little bit just to throw John off the scent, but yeah, we did.
Clay Dabbler cried immediately about it.
What do you think about John and the possibility of him getting another teaching job in Florida?
Well, I'm the one who actually found that Lee County was hiring, and they actually pay very well. But I honestly, if anybody does their due diligence and just takes a look at his volatile history, especially out there in Los Angeles, I can't see him being hired, to be honest with you.
What do you mean? Is there something that maybe no one's found yet involving his time as a teacher in California?
Kind of like putting his hands on a student, something like that? Yeah.
What?
Spy report.
What? You can't just say that. You can't say that John allegedly put his hands on a student. What are you talking about?
I don't know if that investigation is complete. I will be more than happy to speak about it once I know that that's done.
What?
But,
wait, is this real?
I do know that
This is real,
that
sir.
law enforcement was involved in that. And
what kind of touching are we talking about
Craig,
here? Like a sexual touching, physical,
no ISO touching whatsoever.
Oh, okay. All right. Good job, John. We're proud of you.
Yeah, that good call, OJ. Very good call.
All right, so he did not molest a student allegedly, so that is good. But
not at all.
Fantastic, John. We have to give you a round of applause for that. But you're saying there was some kind of other incident.
And it could have even been partially justified.
It could have been justified.
He was enticed.
So was
this Dabbler?
Wait, did he get into a fight with a kid? Jesus.
Not to put the falsehood out there, it was some violent fight or anything, but there was a altercation. Not provoked, and to be fair, not provoked by him.
Okay.
Did the students maybe know about the Dabbleverse?
Say that again?
Did the students know about the Dabbleverse? Did the students know, like, he gets, he's like a local?
No, nothing to do with that whatsoever.
Okay.
So he just got into some kind of altercation with a student. Maybe the student was, like, misbehaving, and John, or maybe two students were in a fight, and John got involved, and maybe something happened where he just kind of put his hands on the kid. It wasn't really interesting. Okay. Well, there's a lot of speculation out there. And again, this is all alleged. We don't know. We just have to take Dabbling Dan's word for it. But Dabbling Dan does tell us that he had a at least over a year relationship.
In my opinion, John, I don't think did anything wrong.
But there was a complaint. Like, there was a report filed because of what happened.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh,
but I don't think he could have done anything different.
Was he suspended from
school?
Was he suspended from school because of this?
Which time?
Wow.
Well, because of this time. Did he get sent home? Was he on,
administration.
I don't think he was invited. I don't think he was invited back to the school.
Oh, that was the last. That was it.
Well, there's a couple of schools he can't teach at.
Oh no! So was John actually fired because of anyone outside? Like anyone in the Dabbleverse? Is any? You know what I mean? Like
no, I think John's demise was at his own calling.
So you don't think John ever lost a teaching job because of someone in the Dabbleverse? It was always John's own doing.
I can elaborate on that to a certain amount, but there is another pending issue that you all know that's going on with John right now that I don't know if it's settled because I think it's turning into a bit or whatever. But no.
Are you talking about him
John
and Vince?
told me. Yes.
Okay.
No, John told me that he was never fired, and he came up with the story that he was suspended over the summer when school teachers don't teach. But okay, that's the story you want to go with. You could put that in your complaint, I guess.
Okay, now,
but no.
Ever since Kimura was a little girl, she had her sights set on the sky.
No, he was not fired.
So he was never fired, except, well...
Never fired by Levy, never fired by Muttering J. All his inactions were caused by his actions.
Now, a lot of people are asking, well, why did this guy turn? Why did Dabbling Dan turn? Why is he, spilling his guts now to Tukey? Do you want to explain that?
Because John turned out to be nothing what I found and everybody told me and I didn't believe. And I shared that, I think, with both you guys when we talked. But I thought he was a decent person. And it just slowly, if I didn't answer a text, I would get 50 nasty text messages. I would get voicemails that I had saved that if I didn't respond back, I had something going on in my life that was serious at that point. And when I first met him, but there's just no compassion from him for anything.
So if you're John's friend 24/7. Like, you need to answer your phone. You need to be available.
You're John's slave.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. It's so sad.
You are his slave. It's happened to. I've never met a person that you could go back and look at that they just fall down like bowling pins. And they're. Who's left? Everybody that's come through is left. Every single person.
So was that it?
Leo Gunn. Leo Gunn. All of them. You just name them.
So just the fact that John got annoying, that was what made you want to turn on him?
No, there was a lot of things daily that he needed to have done for him that needed to be done.
John would actually.
It was like working.
You realize he was just using you. You were never really friends. John was just using you.
Absolutely.
But but you're making it sound like he almost treated you like an assistant.
Right.
An assistant that was on call 24/7 hours, no pay, slave conditions, no thank you. Yeah, I think that paints a picture.
Now, you were telling me that John might have more legal problems, and that also was a reason that you had stopped talking to him. Can you talk about that situation? Or no?
I don't know if we can just yet about that, but John let me explain something to you because I'm sure somebody's going to clip this to you. And
no, they won't clip any of this. This is all boring.
Okay. All right. John, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that you've reached out to me just as recently about, that you made a major fuck up and you decided to try to drag some other people into it. I would be very cautious of what your next moves are, because if one certain person, from my understanding, who's already pursuing this, I'd probably get off the internet, you dumb fuck. Because you're no longer going to be able to say you've never been charged with a crime. And yeah, we all know somebody who's being charged with something similar. So you know what the repercussions are.
Spy report.
So tread carefully.
So you're saying that?
Maybe do your.
Oh, wait. Charged in present tense or past tense? Someone that has been charged?
I can't really say anymore, OJ. I can't really say anymore.
Oh, it's fantastic! Yay, man!
So I would just be very careful, you dumb fuck, and just do whatever you do and go away. Pretend with your pretend votes. You pretend with whatever the fuck you pretend to do in your life. You know, you get up every day and you drink. Whatever the fuck it is, play with your fucking lights that are out, but you just treat fucking people like shit. And you've had this coming to you for a long time. Everybody's a dumb fuck. Everybody's such a dumb fuck. Everybody's a loser. Everybody does a shitty fucking show. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, look at yourself in the mirror.
Dabbling Dan, I have a question for you, if I may.
Yes.
Has John ever sent you pictures of any of his enemies' kids? Or do you know if he possesses pictures of any of his enemies' kids? Say, for example, shitware.
Answer without going into full detail. Yes and yes. He does. I have gotten to show me what. Well, I'm not going to cross any lines here because that's disrespectful. But to show me what somebody's kids look like, he had and sent. Yes. So his whole thing that somebody sent it to him, hey, dumb fuck. Don't you realize there's a history of text messages, emails, phone calls that, don't go away when you wake up in the morning with a hangover like you do every single day? So he's just so full of fucking shit, it's not even funny.
And I was just wondering what an example is that John made you do as a servant or slave 24/7.
The current situation that he's going through of gathering information, driving cross country, reporting the Yankee score on an hourly basis, which got old.
Wait, doesn't he know you can just look at the internet and get the Yankee score? Like,
no, that's the problem. When he was driving cross country, if you want to get the S network, you got to be in the tri-state region. So I guess maybe he could have just Googled the score.
Yes,
but he wanted some play-by-play information.
Oh, so he had you actually tell him what was happening on the screen.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if there was a good play or something like that, because I'm a baseball fan too.
That is ridiculous.
At Jiffy Lube, we carve about cars. In fact,